Hello, yeah. Hi, how are you? Welcome to this number of an episode that I don't know what number it is. Welcome anyway. I'm Maja. You can find me as sjomajlin on Instagram, Ravelry, and on YouTube, and that is pretty much where I'm at. Thank you all for very nice feedback and everything. You guys are awesome. Today is Friday the 13th of February 2015. And I got some really great news this morning, so this is a good day. I just posted it to Instagram 2 weeks ago or so. I'm sorry, that is my job phone that just buzzed. I can't turn it off. More than that, sorry. I just posted this to Instagram, as I said, 2 weeks ago or so. I thought I paid off the loan on my car. Or, pretty much just thought I would just have, a very little money left on the next bill so that it would all match up. And today I very sleepily answered the phone when it called, and it was a lady telling me that I had paid off all of that loan. And I had actually paid too much, so they wanted to pay me the money back, and it was a good chunk of money. So I was like, well, okay. So today's a good day. My car is mine, and I get some money as well. So the Friday the 13th is a good day. So yeah, since last. There's been a week since last time, well, nothing spectacular has happened. I've been working, and on Tuesday I took almost a whole day off to spend time with my brother and nephews. This week, all school children has had this week off for, we call it sports break. Okay, quick Sweden story time. Not a story time. In about February, all students, school students, children. Oh, sneeze. No. Get a week off from school, and it's called sports break. And because a lot of people take the time to go skiing. The sport break is divided, I think, for 3 weeks, so that not all are, going to the ski resorts at once. So I think the southern part of Sweden is this week, and then next week will be sort of the middle part, and the week after that will be the north part. Well, pretty much like that anyway. So week number 7 has always been the sport break week for where I live. And so my brother, who is a teacher, had this week off, and his kids, who are still in preschool, but they also had this week off. So on Tuesday I spent most of the day with them out in the snow, and I posted quite a few pictures to Instagram, so you might have seen that. Other than that, I've been working and having some good knitting time as well, and we had our knit group on Wednesday. We met at a cafe and sat knitting for a couple of hours and had a really good time. So yeah, nothing, as I said, nothing spectacular has been going on, but it's been a good week. And I just might as well tell you what I'm wearing, because I'm wearing something that I made today. It's the Sprig sweater by Alana Dakos, out of the Botanical Knits. I guess it was the first volume. I'm not sure. Sorry. I made this earlier this year. So I made it's a full length sleeve sweater. The pattern gives you suggestion for sort of a 3/4. With some leaves going around the cuff of the sleeves, both of them, and then there is the leaves are going over the one shoulder, so it's asymmetrical. Do you say that? I guess you do, but it also makes it symmetrical. So, and it's a raglan sleeve, with some shaping, and I really like it. I like the design and I'm happy with the result. So that's what I'm wearing today. I made this out of drops. Is it cotton merino or merino cotton? It's the cotton and merino blend anyway. I guess I do remember the, excuse me, colorway to be some sort of denim or something like that. I think it's cotton. So that's what I'm wearing, in case you wondered. And then I've been knitting this week. So I actually do have one little tiny FO, so I will show you that first. I have a few larger projects, and I just really felt that I needed to finish something, to cast something off, or bind something off. So I decided to knit a baby hat, and I made it just stockinette so it rolls, but I think that's kind of cute. And then I finished it with an I-cord, and I tied a little knot, because I think that's kind of cute. And then I started the next one. We're just having something sort of mindless to knit on. This will be for charity, so yeah. And it's out of the same old Järbo Fuga that I have made quite a few things out of. It's a good yarn. It's 50% superwash wool and 50% acrylic, so it's a good working yarn. So I've been working on that, as I said, for sort of mindless, not having to bring any pattern knitting. And I've been working on the Lado sweater that you all know by now, out of, and I didn't bring a ball band, this yarn. It's the Drops Fable, which is wool and polyamide, I believe. It's a sock yarn, pretty much, anyway. And it's mostly wool, and then it's some of those other sort of chemical yarns. So it's a colorwork yoke, if you haven't seen it before, worked top down. And just because I needed the motivation, I did actually put one of these in last time, just to see that I've actually done some progress this week. So this is how much I've done, which is, I guess, a good 12 centimeters maybe on the body, which is good. So I'm almost done. I think I have one more decrease round to do for the waist shaping. Yes, and then I've been thinking about not doing the hip increases, because it's still sort of, I tried it on and it's still sort of loose around my belly. So I might skip those. I'm not sure yet. I'm working this on my interchangeable Knit Pros with the Nova tips in size 3mm. So it's well, knitting a sweater on 3mm takes a little bit more time than knitting a sweater on 5s does. But it's coming along. As I said, I made a good, more than a decimeter. You don't even say decimeter in English, do you? Even if you are metric. A decimeter is 10 centimeters. It's a good word. So yeah, that is coming along. I tried this on, as I said, with the nails in and everything, and I think it's really good. It's a good fit this far. Obviously needs to be blocked, but I really like it, and it's coming along nicely. And whoa, sorry if that was loud. And then last time I showed you, I had cast on a shawl. It's called the meadow grass shawl by Heidi Alander, which is a striped shawl. You use 2 colors, but I'm just using the one yarn, which is sort of a self-striping, as you can see. And so it's still striping, even though the rows are getting longer and the stripes are getting thinner, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I think that, well, it's okay. And I'm also thinking I might have it, you know, sort of bunched up around my neck when it's done, so it might not be that obvious. But it's still striping, and I'm a bit worried that it will be some weird pooling. But we'll just have to see. So I worked, I don't remember, I think I was about here somewhere last time, so given this quite a lot of attention as well. I'm trying to show it to you, but it's hard. So it's a semicircular, and it's hard to give it all to you in one go. So the body of the shawl is semicircular, and then there will be a lace edging. And as I said, I'm just working it in the one color, so I'm not striping it. But the yarn is striping it. The yarn is a sock yarn that is called Prolana. Prolana, I don't know. Which is the sock yarn, as I said, which is 75% wool and 25% polyamide. With green, almost like turquoise, plum, teal, that sort of colors. And yeah, so I'm working on that on my fixed circular Knit Pro Carbons size 3.5 mils. And it's coming along. It's not very exciting yet. It will be more exciting when the lace edging gets going. So I'm working on that. And then, since it's February and I needed something else, I cast on something black. Like you do. This is a yarn that I bought quite a while ago, and that I showed you when I showed you my whole stash a couple of episodes, or a lot of episodes back actually. I think that might have been in October or something, I'm not sure. I showed you this yarn in a way. I said that I had 3 skeins, and it was, I wanted to make something special out of it. It's 50% wool. It says new wool. I don't really know what that is. Virgin wool. New wool. But that's what it says. And 25% baby alpaca and 25% mohair. So it's super soft. And it's called Shetland Deluxe. Deluxe. I don't know how that's pronounced in English. And I don't really know why, because it doesn't say that it's Shetland wool. But it's a super soft yarn anyway. It calls for a size 4.5 to 5 millimeter needles, but I don't think it's, I mean, it's not that thick. I think it's pretty thin. But of course that depends on your gauge and on how tight you knit and what gauge you want. But anyway, so I've been thinking about this for quite a while because I want to make something special with this because it's so soft, and I got it for a good price, and yeah. And I just have the 3 balls. One is about 115 meters per ball, so it's not a tiny amount of yardage, but it's not infinite. So what I decided the other day was to cast on a new, and I don't have the name with me right now. If you really want to find it, you can go through to my Ravelry page, my project page, and there is a Katniss shawl that I made last New Year's, I believe, which is sort of off-white in a fairly big gauge as the pattern calls for. And I'm making that same pattern again with some variations, but I don't remember. I mean, it's called Katniss Cowl, but if you search for Katniss Cowl, you'll find quite a few. And this is one of them that I'm making. So, and I don't know if you can see because it's black, but my windows are over there, so you might be able to see a little bit of it. It's a free pattern. You use knits and purls and you slip stitches and do a yarn over in between, and then you let the yarn over go when you go back. So it creates these sort of ridges that are, it makes it look sort of almost like cables without being twisted, which is really cool. So the general idea of this pattern is that you make this one of the pattern repeats going across the top of your chest, and then you're increasing below it, so it goes out, so it makes for this diagonal line. And so it's the same pattern repeat, but you increase it from well, from within. You're not casting on a stitch at the end of it. So what I decided to do, since this gauge is much smaller, is that I doubled the top pattern repeats. I have 2 across the top, as indicated by these markers. And then I'm thinking that the diagonal line will be pretty much the same anyway. That's what I'm hoping for. And then for the original, you make so you make 2 sort of those triangular parts, one for the front and one for the back, and then you sew them over the shoulders and under the arm. If you want to, you can have it open under the arm as well. And then you pick up stitches around around the neck, and you knit apart, and then you make this special collar. Which looks sort of like rope, and you attach it. And I'm thinking I might not do that. I might tweak it for the top as well, but I haven't decided that far yet. So, but I'm working on it, and I really enjoy working with this yarn, and it's a good fun pattern to follow. But you sort of, I mean, you need to sort of pay attention, so it's not super mindless, but it's not hard. It's not hard. So yeah, black in February, when it's so much daylight. But it's working for me this far anyway, knock on wood. And I'm excited about this because I really like the Katniss cowl that I do have. Excuse my creaking chair. I really like that. Well, that garment, really, to keep my shoulders warm, and like the top of my lower neck and top back, without being, a whole sweater, and being like all bunched up when I'm wearing a coat to go outside or so. So I'm thinking it will be good in a black as well, which is that will be a bit more, well, discreet, while the off-white one is sort of a statement garment to wear, I think. Not that I mind it, but it's good to have something else as well. So those are my works in progress. So I have 3 sort of, what do I say, not serious ones, but yeah, the sweater, and then the 2, well, 1 shawl and 1 cowl, that takes a bit of brain power to knit on, and then the baby hats for charity, that is just brainless knitting. And I am trying to think if I did something else, sort of creative this week. I don't think I did in that way. I did order some fiber, but I will show it to you when it gets here. I talked about, I think it was last time, that I, for now, have my situation is that I'm not working full-time, which is also a financial situation for me, and I'm fine. There's no need to worry or anything. I've got money, but that gives me a good opportunity to work on being a bit more aware of spending my money, because I don't want to be all go through my money everywhere, throw. I want to be an aware and smart buyer. That's not the right word, I guess. So I'm working on that. by buying a lot of yarn, obviously, but I need that for my soul, so it's good. But as I said, I will show it to you when I get it in the mail. I also bought a book about Shetland lace, which I am excited about. But as I said, I will show it to you when it gets here. I don't have it yet. And I've been talking about this before, my Knit Pro Magma pattern minder, I guess. It's like a binder. You can close it with a button like that, so it looks, I mean, it's quite fancy without being super fancy. And then you can open it up, and right here you can stick your pattern, and this is a written pattern, but I'm keeping track of the rows that I'm on, and you can move these magnets around to keep track of where you are, if it's a written pattern or if it's a chart. And then here is a pocket where you can put stuff, and I just put these like marker, what do you call them, sticky markers, so that I can mark where I'm at if I need to take the paper off, so that I won't lose where I'm at. And I'm really liking this. I really like this. And then you can close it again back here, and then you can have it either if you have a pattern on that like landscape way laid out, you can have it like that on your table to keep track of where you are. But as I have a written pattern which is that way, I can, you know, put it down like that as well, so I can keep track of where I'm at. I really like this. I'm very much enjoying it. I am not sponsored up by them or anything. I bought it myself. But it's a really good buy, I think. I like it. So I do recommend that. How do you like that awkward silence? Sorry. I am just leaning in to look at the time. I don't have a lot to talk about today. Because not a lot happened, and that's fine. I talked about last time, I guess, the Ravelry group, and that it's up there, but if there is no need for it, we don't need it. So I just want to remind you of that if you do have questions you want me to answer, or you know, anything like that, you are free to post them there if you want to. You can also comment here on YouTube, where I guess you are right now, so you can comment down below, or you can write to me. You can PM me on Ravelry, or you can comment on Instagram, or you know, just make it work. Cause I mean, I know I've seen in my statistics that there are a lot of new guys here, and I mean, when I find a new podcast, I sometimes have questions that I want to be able to post somewhere. So I just want to be clear about that. If you want to ask me questions, you can do so, and I will answer them either. I mean, depending on the nature of the question, I will answer directly to you, or I will answer here on the podcast. So don't be discouraged. And as I said up front, thank you for all the feedback and messages since last, and well, or since ever, and all the love on Instagram. It really means a lot. And such, yeah. And that's pretty much all I've got today. I need to find some songs, because I'm singing in church on Sunday, and I had totally forgot about that, so I need to work on that. And then I'm also going to sing at a sort of a nursing home. I don't know what it's called in English. This afternoon, it's the same place that I go every Friday, and I realized last week that it's pretty much 6 years since I started there. I think I started in February 6 years ago. I really like it. It's one of the best, or maybe the best thing about my week is to get to go there and sing with them. There is this one lady who lives there who usually gets so happy when I get there, or when she gets home and I'm there singing, she just have to, you know, just move, jump up and down at the place. And then she wants to sing about Pippi Longstrump. What do you say? Pippi Longstocking? You know, the Astrid Lindgren character. She wants to sing that song, so we usually do that, and she just has to jump and sort of scream and wave her hands around, and she's so happy. And I mean, what can you ever ask for a better way to start the weekend? So I'm looking forward to that. And I also need some more tea, because this is... I finished it. Okay, so take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves and to one another. And I'll see you on the internets. Bye.